Hello my beautiful YouTube friends. Welcome to part 2 of Year in Review, which is my little mini series here on YouTube. This part is the 12 books I want to read in the year 2014. Now I could have easily cheated and selected the 12 books that were chosen for the RTBC, the book club, but I wanted to challenge myself to read these 12 books. They are vastly different from each other. Some are kind of the same, but they all have something unique to their story. And they all make me really want to pick them up and read them right now. So I'm really hopeful that in the year of 2014, I'll be able to get to all 12 of these books. The first one that I have selected is Tokyo Heist by Diana Wren. Now this story takes place in Tokyo, Japan, which is really awesome and part of the reason why I really want to read it. The other reason why is due to the fact that the characters have to solve a missing Van Gogh painting, a burglarized mansion, a ransom note, 2 Japanese gangsters on the loose, an unexplained suicide, and 2 girls who must solve the mystery, save the art, and catch the criminals. It just sounds really awesome, and I cannot wait to get into this story. The second one that I have chosen is A Spy in the House by Y.S. Lee. Now, I haven't started reading this series yet, but first off, the cover is beautiful. And if you guys go to Y.S. Lee's website, she actually has pictures and stories that go along with how these cover arts actually came about. It's actually a girl who's dressed in the Victorian styled garments, and it's really cool and really interesting seeing the background to how this cover came about, and it's part of the reason why I want to read this. It kind of makes me think James Bond, but in a female role in the 16th, 17th, 18th century. I'm really excited to get to this one, and I'm really hopeful that it's good. The third one that I want to get to is Brethren by Robin Young. Now this is actually quite a huge book if you look at it this way. It is actually over 650 pages, 653 to be exact. This is part 1 in the Brethren trilogy, and it takes place during the Crusades. When I first read what this was about, I was instantly hooked. I really wanted to read about it because the Crusades took place, I believe, right before or during the story of Robin Hood, and I'm a big fan of the Robin Hoods that I have seen. I haven't actually read the traditional story though, but hopefully I can get to this one during the year of 2014. The fourth choice I have is Austinland by Shannon Hale. Now I actually want to read Pride and Prejudice again before I get to this one because I want to see how the author kind of took the classic story of P&P and then put it into a modern fangirling character, because that's basically what this is about. I haven't seen the film. It's due to be released sometime in the new year to DVD, which means I can then get my hands on it, and I really want to read this before I see the film, because I watched the trailer and it just looks like a really fun adaptation of P&P, and I'm really hopeful, because I love Shannon Hale's writing, that I'm really going to enjoy this as well. The fifth choice is The Maze Runner by James Dashner, and I've been wanting to read this for a very long time. I think that the whole story surrounding kids being taken up to this maze and trying to get out of it and not really having any memories is really ingenious plot. And I really don't know anything else besides that. I do know there's a film coming out next year, I think around September, and I really just want to read this before all that business shows up, because I really love books that have really ingenious writing, and hopefully this doesn't disappoint. I know it's got a lot of mixed feelings with regards to booktubers and book lovers in general, so hopefully I fall into the I like it category. Anyway, I really want to read this next year, especially before the movie comes out. The sixth choice is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I almost said Shannon Hale for a second. You can tell where my brain's going. I really want to read this. I have been a knowledgeable person of the stories of Jane Eyre, the adaptations, I should say. But I really want to read this for myself. My sister has loved it since I could remember, and I really want to know if I'm going to like it or not. Everybody kind of falls in Rochester's hands when they think of romantic historical writing, and I want to know if I'm going to fall for Rochester in this book, or am I going to hate him like I did as a child? You never know. So I really want to read this next year, and this really shows it being quite large, but I think the book is only like 300 pages in a normal book. And I think it's maybe just the hardback. I don't know. It makes it look so much larger. But I am going to get to this in the coming year. Number 7 is A Study in Silks by Emma Jane Holloway. Now, when I first saw this, I picked it up and immediately bought it because it's about Sherlock Holmes' niece named Evelina Cooper. It sounds really interesting. It's in a steampunk alternate universe, and it sounds amazing. And the second and third book in this series have already been released. The one was released in October or November, and then the third was released late December, so I think a week ago actually. I really want to read this. It sounds really, really interesting. It's right up my alley. Number 8 on my list is The Princess Bride by William Goldman. Now, I have been familiar with this story my entire life. The movie basically was watched from the time I was about 8 years old. My sister really got me into it, and I rekindled my love for the movie when I was about 12, and I bought the DVD, and I really want to read it. My sister said it wasn't very good, and I never read it because I trusted her, and now I realize that sometimes other people don't like things that I do, and I sometimes don't like things that other people do. So I really want to read it now, and I really hope that I love it. And it doesn't help. No. It does help that this is a very stunning edition, and I just love that cover art. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Number 9 is Pastworld by Ian Beck. I think that this sounds really interesting because it is set in modern day time with people living in Victorian-styled England in this amusement park called Pastworld, and they don't know that they're living in this amusement park. It sounds so amazing. It sounds really creepy. I don't know why this is going on. I don't know how these people ended up in Pastworld, but hopefully I can find that out by reading it, and I really hope that I like this because I find that I've been buying some books that aren't very well known, and I read them and I'm kind of just meh about them. So hopefully I really love this because the concept sounds amazing. And going with amazing concepts, number 10 is Rockaholic by C.J. Skews. This one just sounds really funny. It does remind me of the film Taking 5, but I was kind of conflicted with the ending for the movie Taking 5, so I hope that I'm not very conflicted about this book. It's not that Taking 5 is based off of this, but the characteristics are kind of the same in a way. But I really am looking forward to reading this because I think it's just kind of a fantasy in some people's minds. And I'll be honest, I daydream about stuff. Everybody does. And I think the idea of kidnapping a rock star and having them not want to leave your basement is kind of cool. And I can live that in this story. Number 11 is Looking for Alaska by John Green. I have heard nothing but praise from a ton of booktubers here on YouTube for John Green as an author. And I've never read one of his books, and I thought, why not start where he started writing, read it, see if I like it, and if so, then I will then go out, buy all of John Green's novels, and read them all in a very short period of time because I'm very intrigued to see why everybody loves his writing. I'm intrigued to see if I like his writing, and I'm really not sure how I'm going to feel with regards to the kind of style that he writes in and the characters that he creates. So hopefully I really do like this. And the final book that I would like to get to in the year of 2014 is Crier's Cross by Lisa McMahon. Now this concept sounds really interesting. Kendall runs her fingers over the desktop. She reads each line of graffiti as she often does, but it feels different from this angle. She gets lost in the words as they swirl around her mind, and she tries to make them sound right, like a poem would sound. Please, save me. She traces the letters and wonders again why she hadn't seen them before, and then she hears a whisper. Please, save me. Like wind in leaves, so faint that Kendall is sure she made a mistake. Her body tingles and she feels the back of her neck prickle. She jerks her hand away and looks around the room. Who's there? Did that not draw you into this book? And on top of that, this cover. Kind of creepy. I'm very intrigued by this, and I think that a lot of authors will have a very popular series or a popular novel, and then everybody forgets about what their first novel was or what else they've written. So I want to read this before I read her Wake trilogy. Alright guys, that is everything. Those are the 12 books that I would like to read in the year of 2014. If you guys want to make a list of 12 books that you'd like to read in the year of 2014, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you guys make your own videos here on YouTube, then post a video about the 12 that you'd like to read and leave a comment down below and let me know that you've made a video so that I can come and watch it, because I think it's really interesting hearing what people's choices are, especially from the start of the year to the end. Did they complete those goals? Yes? No? Maybe so? I don't know. Oh my word, that rhymed. That was good. That was unplanned. Anyway guys, I will see you in my next video. It is Christmas Eve here in Canada. Merry Christmas to all of you guys. If you do not celebrate Christmas, or you don't celebrate a particular holiday around this time, let me know some holidays that you maybe celebrate around this time or around a specific time where other areas of the world maybe don't celebrate them. I think it's interesting hearing about different traditions or different holidays. So if you guys have specific traditions that you do, or you have a specific holiday you celebrate, then let me know what it is, because I'm really interested. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, go and pick up a random book and read, and Merry Christmas, everyone.